Hello everyone and welcome to my review of Jungle Strike. This is the sequel to Desert Strike and this is on the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis. Desert Strike was a phenomenally successful game and therefore it was no surprise that Electronic Arts wanted to get another game out there. And this isn't just... I wouldn't describe this in any way, shape or form as a quick cash-in sequel. They improved virtually every aspect of Desert Strike with this. First of all, they changed the setting completely. It now doesn't just take place in one location, it takes place in various locations. The basic storyline being that the son of the guy, General Kilbaba, that you blow up in the first game, the son who bears a striking resemblance to Saddam Hussein, there on the left, wants revenge. I think it's him on the left. It must be. I don't know. I have no idea. Which one is it? Don't care. No, it's the guy on the right. Well, forget about all that. Hang on. Oh, no, it is the guy on the left. Right. God. What a memory. What a fantastic start to this to this video. So yeah, you've got a double-pronged attack here. You've got a guy on the right who's obviously a drugs baron, and the guy on the left who's the son of General Kilbaba, who looks a bit like Saddam Hussein. And we then get the wonderful EANN newscast saying they detected a nuclear explosion, and then off you go. And the first level actually takes place in Washington. There's a terrorist attacks on Washington, and you're not in an Apache gunship anymore. You're in some weird, random helicopter thing. But yeah, I mean, the game's a lot smoother. The maps are much bigger, and the environments are more detailed. What's kind of alarming is just how Electronic Arts seem to be able to predict a terrorist attack on the United States years before it actually happened. Life imitating art? No, let's not go down that path. Yeah, it's kind of strange looking back now, but after everything that's happened, to see a game like this, I mean, it's bizarre, and yeah. But anyway, it's going off on a tangent there. It's a lot more interesting. I mean, this actual level is really good to play. The actual missions are slightly more varied too, whereas with the first game there was good variety in the missions, but the focus was pretty much in the Gulf, in inverted commas. With this game, because of these more different locations, there tends to be it feels like the campaign feels a bit more dynamic. It actually feels like there's a story evolving while you're playing the game, whereas with the first game, you pretty much knew what was going on right from the offset. So this has more of a sort of Tom Clancy type thriller element to it. You feel that you're reacting to the scenarios rather than just ploughing through a very linear campaign, although obviously it's still linear. You just get the feeling that the whole thing is being unveiled to you slowly. It's a neat little trick that is used so often in video games now, but it does work. It was very, very effective. I like this particular mission where you have to escort the president's limousine. It says motorcade, but yeah, there's only one car in it, and you've got to sort of take out all of these terrorist roadblocks and what have you. It does get a bit annoying because the limousine driver seems to only want to move while he's got visual sight of you. I mean, you can blow away all these roadblocks, but yeah. They also doesn't seem to take the most direct route back to the White House either, which can be quite annoying. But I mean, it's not a terribly difficult mission. Just make sure you're well stocked up on ammunition and off you go. But yeah, I do like it. I do like this game an awful lot. I do prefer it, dare I say, to Desert Strike, and it really is for the actual reasons I gave, that there's just more variety. There's more variety to the game, and the missions that you're doing as well. That's annoying, being shot down by a guy with a rifle when you're in a supposedly heavily armed attack helicopter. That does get quite annoying. I mean, graphically, the game is an improvement over Desert Strike, and sound-wise as well. The helicopter's been improved. It actually has now a proper sound effect, whereas before it seemed to have, like, it was engaged in whisper mode. I mean, the other one didn't feel so much like an Apache gunship, but sort of felt a bit more like Blue Thunder, the helicopter out of the film Blue Thunder, when it activates its whisper mode. You can barely hear it, but in this one it has a more pronounced sound to it. And also what's good about this is the fact that you can change vehicles. Some of the missions actually require you to change vehicles. And you can get into this neat little hovercraft, which you'll see shortly, and start zooming around the place. So there was general improvements all around made with the game. It wasn't just a quick cash-in. Like you see with so many games today, it's just the sequels come out annually, and there's not that much difference. It's just the same game but with different maps. With this, actually, they put a considerable amount of effort into improving on the previous game, and also at the same time, making it significantly better, both gameplay wise and graphically and sound wise. That said, there are still some annoying things. The lack of an on-screen heads-up display is a bit annoying still, that you keep having to refer to the map. I understand why they did it. At the time, it was probably the more that they had on the screen, the more issues there would be with frame rates and so on and so forth. And I do understand that, but it can get a bit annoying. You feel like you're having to keep jumping into the map just to know where you're going all the time. And that can break up the gameplay, especially with this game having the larger and more varied campaigns. I did feel that I was spending even more time hitting the start button to go and look in the map. And that's something that they did improve on, thankfully, with the later Strike games. But certainly, it was, in my opinion, the most glaring thing that they needed to get sorted out. And thankfully, they did do it. Just unfortunately, they didn't do it by the time they released this game. But that's not to say. I mean, again, it's not. I wouldn't describe it in any way, shape or form as a deal breaker. It's just a minor annoyance. That it's funny how those minor annoyances can become more pronounced, because you think, well, if only they'd done this, if only they'd just had a little compass at the top with a waypoint finder on it, so you could see where you were supposed to be going and what you were supposed to be doing. Like this, you could go straight out of the water and start chasing the vehicles across the land on your little hovercraft thing. What's a bit weird is that to pick things up, you have to sort of drive into them quite slowly, otherwise they blow up. That's a bit annoying, but it took me a little while to figure that out because I kept driving into things and they kept blowing up, and I was like, well, how am I supposed to pick things up? I mean, obviously I can't winch them up, but yeah, you have to drive into them quite like that. There, picking up that plutonium. I suppose you would want to drive into the plutonium very, very slowly if you wanted to pick it up. You wouldn't particularly want to be going into it at full speed. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for Jungle Strike on the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis. It's a terrific game, a considerable improvement over Desert Strike, and very, very enjoyable to play. And yeah, I would highly recommend buying it if you can get hold of a copy of it. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and please stay tuned to my channels for more videos coming soon. Thank you for watching.